So, Dale Chance is 21 weeks out. Now, here's my question. Short, fat little Dale did a contest, got 5th place, and according to his trainer Cornelius, his back was holding water like a biscuit holds sausage gravy. Now, Dale had another show lined up after that. He was about 2 weeks out from his second show during that prep. And he came down with that stomach ulcer. Remember, his wife, he fell down, broke his tooth off on the toilet, and his wife found him unconscious in the bathroom, looking like a toothless hillbilly. And Dale had to go to the hospital via paramedics because he had lost so much blood. He didn't know he had a ruptured ulcer in his stomach, which is serious. I had a bleeding ulcer before. I didn't retire from lifting like Dale. You guys notice everything that happens to Dale is just, whoa, like it's never happened to anybody else before. Dale is such a warrior. He's the first person to ever go through this. But anyway, Dale was in between shows in the middle of a prep. So the guy was in real good shape. Gets a goddamn ruptured ulcer in his belly. And so anyway, he had to be back out of that second show after getting a 5th place trophy. I'm just wondering, now that Dale's stomach is fine and everyone's happy about that, you know, I don't wish bad health on Dale. I just wish the guy would give up bodybuilding because he was built for wrestling or gymnastics. So Dale was in the middle of a prep, in between 2 shows, and he ruptures an ulcer in his belly. So now he's all better, back on the mend. Why does he need 21 weeks to do another show? He was 2 weeks out from his second show during that prep. After his stellar 5th place performance, he had another show 2 weeks later, and that's when he fell down and cracked his tooth, broke his tooth off on the toilet like a hillbilly. Why does that little fat fuck need 21 weeks to do a show? It wasn't like he was eating a bunch of crappy food while he was healing his ulcer. He should have been eating the most bland, easily digestible food you can fucking eat. Like, he should have been eating fucking grits and fucking oatmeal and shit that fucking bodybuilders eat. Boneless, skinless chicken, grits, oatmeal, rice, more chicken, fish. Dale could have stayed on his prep diet while he was healing his little ruptured belly. Why did that fat little redneck blimp up so much that now he needs 21 weeks to do another show? It's the biggest mystery in bodybuilding, but no one cares because he's in the short class. I mean, come on, 21 weeks, Dale? You need 21 weeks? You're 5'6". You should be able to get in shape in 2 weeks. Oh. Yeah, Dale is a fucking piece of shit. What a dumb hillbilly. He was probably healing his fucking stomach with fucking buttermilk. Idiot. You know how when I had a bleeding ulcer over a year ago, Christmas of last year, I actually healed mine with kefir. And those of you that don't know what kefir is almost like liquid yogurt. It's like a cultured milk drink. You can get it in the quart at the grocery store. The brand I like is called Lifeway. It'll be right next to the yogurts in the dairy section. Lifeway kefir, because I did a little research how to heal a bleeding stomach, and probiotics are the best way to heal a bloody stomach. So I didn't go to a doctor like Dale. He's a fucking hillbilly. Why is he going to the hospital? And Big J, who's a city boy, is using home remedies like a country folk would. So you've got a fucking barefoot rube like Dale seeking professional medical advice to heal his stomach. And then you got a city boy like Big J who's using country folk home remedies to heal his stomach. So that tells you the difference in intelligence between me and Dale. If he would have gone to his hillbilly community and sought advice from hillbillies, they probably would have told him Greek yogurt. You need active cultures. You need probiotics. But I know that kefir has way more probiotics than Greek yogurt. So I basically healed my gut with kefir. And I prefer the whole milk kefir because you got to eat fat. If you want to be strong, you got to eat fat. You guys that read bodybuilding magazines that try and do a low-fat diet, how's your bench and your squat and your deadlift on that low-fat diet? I'll bet shitty. Yeah, you increase your fat, you're going to get stronger. No doubt. You just gotta balance everything out. You gotta take fish oil, to increase your good fats. You need to eat guacamole, avocados, good fats, nuts. Who doesn't like a set of nuts in their mouth like Big Lenny? I eat a lot of almonds, I went to a Mexican restaurant Sunday and had a wet burrito with guacamole. So I had avocado on Sunday. I had almonds yesterday. So I try and take in some good fats every single day. I don't really carry olive oil in my truck. You can't really carry olive oil as a trucker. So I rely more on fish oil pills and nuts in the truck. I've been taking krill oil pills, which I like more than fish oil. And supposedly krill oil is better than fish oil. You want to jack up your omega-3s, especially if you're juicing. If you are taking steroids, you can't take enough omega-3. My last cycle, I did Anavar. I did 150 milligrams of Anavar for 33 days. And I've read some conflicting research about Anavar. Like, old school literature on Anavar actually says Anavar can help your blood lipid profile. Whereas, traditional steroids make your blood lipid profile worse. I was always under the impression that Anavar would actually improve your good to bad cholesterol ratio. But I read something recently, or a few months ago, that Anavar actually suppresses your good cholesterol and increases your bad cholesterol, just like all the other steroids. So I really don't know what the truth is on Anavar. If someone has some scientific research, or someone who's actually done blood work on Anavar, I'd love to know. Because I've always been under the impression Anavar improved your blood lipid profile. It's the one steroid that actually cleans up your blood as far as fats are concerned. So Dale's got a show in 21 weeks. I don't know what show it is, but the minute someone finds out, send me a link, and I'm going to post it so that we get someone there with a camera. Now, speaking of short people, I see Mark Lubliner is doing a series on YouTube called his Pro Comeback. Why is Mark Lubliner calling himself a pro? I'm sorry. You guys call me boomer, and I don't really like it. But you know what? Even though I'm a Generation Xer, I guess I do kind of have, boomer attitudes towards things. Because back in my day, short guys, we had something in bodybuilding called the short class. And the little shrimps like Dale or Mark Lubliner that showed up to a show would compete in the short class. They weren't even eligible to win the show. That's just recent bullshit to increase the bodybuilding promoters did away with the short class to increase their own revenue, and it's ruined the fucking sport because short guys were reluctant to enter a show if they were going to get put in a short class because they knew they couldn't walk away with the overall trophy. So bodybuilding promoters did away with the short class to get more short people entering shows. And the sport has gone downhill ever since. Now we got guys winning the goddamn Mr. Olympia that are under 5'8", which is ridiculous to me. How can you be considered... Back in the old days, Mr. Olympia was like the biggest man on the planet. Pre-1970, those guys were big, man. Those guys were like 6'2". I'm only 6 foot even. About 6 foot and 1/2 inch. Larry Scott, Bill Pearl, all those guys from the 60s were big guys. They were like 6'2", 220. Like Arnold. Arnold's competed at 6'2", 220. And then you had guys in the shrimp class like Dale or Mark Lubliner. Now that they've done away with the short class, we got, Mr. Olympias that are 5'6", 5'8", and it's fucking pathetic. Bodybuilding is in a sad state of affairs. I don't even know who Mr. Olympia is right now. I couldn't tell you. The last Mr. Olympia I can name is Phil Heath, and he's a total homo. Bodybuilding sucks. And, but you know what? To be fair, I'm going to say that, multi-ply powerlifting, where they use the squat suits and the bench shirts, that's gay as fuck, too. Jesus Christ. Those short, fat guys from Westside Barbell, that are benching more than they can deadlift? Dude, seriously? The top guys in equipped powerlifting, and equipped means, wearing the bench shirt and the squat suit and all that gay shit. The top guys are benching more than they deadlift. Ding, 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 ding. That sets off a fucking red flag for me. That tells me it's gay. If you can bench more than you deadlift, it's bullshit. It's bogus. Like that fat little turd who's got the highest total in the history of the world. That West Side guy, a short little turd. I can't remember his name, but he's gone over 3,000 pounds in all three lifts. He squats like 1,200, benches like 1,000, and then he deadlifts like 800. Now, 800 is a good deadlift. So the kid is strong. He's an 800-pound deadlifter. But get the fuck out of here with that 1,200-pound squat and that 1,000-pound bench. That's all the equipment you're wearing, you short little faggot. He's like the Dale Chance of fucking powerlifting. He's like got the world record. Ooh, I'm so scared. I remember a long time ago, I said something, when you're knee deep in the mud in Vietnam, there's no leg press. Well, same thing goes with fucking squat suits and bench shirts. When you're in the mountains of Afghanistan, you ain't got no squat suit. You ain't got no fucking bench shirt. You're in your fucking battle dress fatigues. You're in your BDUs. It's you against some fucking asshole wearing flip-flops that prays to fucking Allah. You don't need no bench shirt. Fight off some fucking Arab with an AK-47. Everyone makes a big deal about these Navy SEALs, how badass they are. Dude, they're running around Afghanistan chasing fucking people with no education, basically wearing pajamas and flip-flops, using, maybe 20-year-old Russian stuff that they found after the Russians left Afghanistan. Oh, Mr. Tough Guy Navy SEAL. So you killed a bunch of mountain people that have never gone to school, that are wearing pajamas and flip-flops, using fucking outdated Russian weapons they found in the fucking woods. Way to go, Navy SEAL. Way to pat yourself on the back, tough guy. If you can't beat a man wearing fucking pajamas and flip-flops in combat, you're a piece of shit. I can't read these comments without my glasses. Ugh. Look how pathetic these numbers are. 15 of you guys watching? Maybe this account will grow if I can't do lives on my other account. Hey, there's Ariana's biggest fan. Chuck E, that wasp spray is legit, though. Yeah, I carry wasp spray in my truck right here. Look. Right here in my left hand, right next to my door. Yeah. That's Black Lives Matter. They want to block a street or block a bridge. Yeah. Yeah, Black Lives Matter. Wait till you get shot in the face with wasp and hornet spray. The reason I carry wasp and hornet spray is it's not considered a weapon like pepper spray. So, and I can get away with carrying wasp and hornet spray because I just tell the police, like, I pick up empty trailers all the time, and there's nests in the back. You know, I open up the doors to check the trailer, and I get attacked by fucking wasps and hornets. I have to have spray. Yeah, Kevin Slater 84. What's wrong with an old AK? Better than a newer Chinese crap. You got a point. I actually, the only two assault weapons I own currently, I have a Ruger Mini 14 that shoots a .223 that I believe is, I bought it used, and because it has a bayonet mount and a flash suppressor, I believe it probably was Israeli Army, which makes it badass as fuck, because it probably killed a lot of Muslims. That's a good weapon, the Ruger Mini 14. Shoots a .223. And I got a Chinese bullshit SKS that shoots a .762 that I've never even shot. I think I paid $95 for that brand new piece of shit, and I've never even fired it. Back in 1990, I don't know, must have been the early 90s, when Clinton put through the Brady bill and did the assault weapons ban. I went to a gun show, and I bought that piece of crap Chinese SKS, and I believe I have the little one. I believe I got the carbine, which is a paratrooper model. I swear to God, I paid $95 for it at a gun show. I have a Chinese SKS that shoots a .762, and I believe whenever the Brady bill went in effect, I went to a gun show and paid $95 for it. That gun's probably worth $1,000 now, but I would never part. I don't believe in selling guns. Selling guns is like selling your soul. Why would you sell your soul? You'd be like, you could probably make some money off selling your sister for sex, or selling your mom for sex. You're basically selling your soul. That's what selling a gun is like. If you got some piece of shit gun that you don't want, store it somewhere. Don't sell it to another white guy. If it's a piece of shit, think about it ethically. If you got a piece of shit gun you don't like, ethically, how could you sell that to another white man who might use that to try and save his life someday? That would make you a piece of shit. Get my drift? So if you got a gun you don't like, suck it up, Buttercup. Store it away somewhere. Because you don't want to sell it to another honest white man who might wind up using it for protection. And you certainly don't want to sell it to a non-white. Get my drift? So you suck it up, Buttercup. Don't ever sell a gun. Unless it's a real good gun, and you sell it to another white guy, then that's okay. Nate, fuck Nate. That Taylor guy fucking came in all three of Olivia's holes, and that little fuck stick took her back. I'll tell you, Big J's not perfect when it comes to women or relationships. I've made my mistakes. But I'll tell you what. When you break up, quote unquote, we're taking time off, this or that, whatever you want to call it. And she, runs to another guy, Taylor. And, post videos, fucking lap dancing the guy, jock riding the guy, dick grinding the guy. And, she's dog shit. Yeah, technically, like Nate says, there was no cheating. There was no cheating. But dude, if you need that as an excuse to stick up for the woman that you claim you love, your first line of defense when you go on a podcast with the Delray Misfits, with Jay Masters and Big Lenny and the Male Prick and Prince Andrew, and your only defense for your woman is, quote unquote, there was no cheating, because technically you weren't together at that particular moment when she let another guy fuck her. Dude, come on, man. Okay, I give you that, Nate. There was no cheating. There was no cheating. But brother, I'm going to be 51 years old in about 2 weeks. And I'll tell you what, based on my experience, I don't care if it's called cheating or not. Facts are facts. And your heart and your mind doesn't care what it's called. If your woman fucks another man while you guys are broke up, or taking time off, or taking a break, whatever your feeble little mind wants to call it to justify it, that shit still burns a hole in your soul. And the relationship will never be the same. So, you can suck it up and maybe waste a few more years of your life, or you can be a man and say, you know what? I need to end this right now. What's up, barbecue sauce? You're a fucking maniac. I get so many DMs from barbecue sauce. Barbecue sauce is afraid I'm not conservative enough, so he has to send me a bunch of pro-Trump shit, anti-Obama shit, anti-Hillary Clinton shit. Chill out, barbecue sauce. I'm going to be okay. If I don't get the information, I'm not going to go changing on you, bro. Sergio Chacon 93. Does it count if she was blindfolded and did not see him fucking her? No. It'd be like if Lenny saw a hot tranny with tits and then bent over and felt a cock go in his ass. As far as Lenny knows, that's a woman fucking him in the ass with a strap on. He never saw a penis. Therefore, Lenny would have plausible deniability. If you never see the cock, and you don't know for sure if that woman has a cock, and then you feel someone plowing your ass from behind, you have plausible deniability because it could be a strap-on. And a little strap-on action never really hurt anybody. Big Lenny's prolapsed rectum. It's a girl dick. Holmes, there's no such thing. I don't know if you've been to Big J's algebra. Here's the math, brah. If there's 4 testicles and there's sexual activity, you have homosexual activity. Now, we can get out the chalkboard and I can explain to you what 4 testicles means and what sexual activity means and what homosexual activity means. But I hope you're smart enough to understand the basic formula. If you have 4 testicles and you have sexual activity, you have homosexual activity. Period. That's why when my Democrat friends say pedophiles are not gay, excuse me, most pedophiles are men that prey on boys. Go back to the formula. 4 testicles, sexual activity equals homosexual activity. Just because one of the persons was a minor, or one of the persons may have been raped, or one of the persons may be a victim, it doesn't change the math. See, math doesn't change. Math don't give a shit. Math is math. Liberals are trying to bring politics and change the math. I'm giving you the math. If there's 4 testicles and there's sexual activity, you have homosexual activity. Period. Prove my math wrong. That math is sound. Yeah, Chuck E. Cheese Ranch. 2 + 2 = homo. Right. Right. It doesn't matter if it's rape. Let's just say you're a real good guy, great guy, decent guy, masculine guy, and you get raped by a faggot. I'm not saying you're gay, but you did have homosexual sex. There's no way to deny it. You were a partner in homosexual sex. You were a victim. You were raped. But it's still homosexual. And that's why I'm against prison sex. like some of my conservative friends in the Republican Party that really cheer on prison sex. Like when a pedophile gets convicted and gets sentenced to jail, and I see these people get weird, man. Like, oh, I hope he gets fucked in the ass, or I hope he gets his butthole fucking, what? I don't wish that on anybody. I'd like to take all homosexuality out of the prisons. You don't use homosexuality in prisons as a punishment. If Big J was in charge, anyone found having homosexual sex in prison would be punished harshly. In fact, I'd be in favor of castrating people who do prison rape. I don't care what you did. And I'm being serious right now. I don't care what you did. Get the electric chair for your crime. I'm good with that. But nobody, and I mean nobody, should ever be raped in the ass for fucking in prison. I would come down. I don't care what a person's crime is. I don't care what you did. If someone rapes you in prison, I want to go after the rapist, because he's the faggot. Yeah. Prison justice is bullshit. Those guys are cowards. Mostly like little white supremacists with no real muscle. Or fucking PMs. Yeah. I get real turned off by some of my friends when they talk about justice for horrible criminals involving gay rape. Gay rape is a crime against God. I don't care if you're Jeffrey fucking Dahmer. The person that rapes you, I want to beat the shit out of. I don't care if you're Michael Vick and you hung puppies from a tree. If someone rapes you, I want to kick their ass. Because you're not a conservative. You are not a person of God if you ever talk highly about homosexual rape. Ever. I don't care who the person is. I don't care. If the words "I hope he gets fucked in the ass in prison" have ever come out of your mouth, you need to self-evaluate yourself right now. Because I never say that. I don't want anyone fucked in the ass. I'd rather someone get the electric chair. I don't think we shouldn't be letting convicts discipline other convicts with anal sex. You know how fucking retarded that is? Those faggots that are in jail should not be allowed any sex. Barbecue sauce. In the book of Leviticus, it states homosex is an abomination. Exactly. Dale Graham, another good friend of mine. No sodomy on our streets. Right. I don't care what your crime is. I don't care if you skinned puppies and barbecued them. And I love dogs. Everyone knows me, knows I love dogs. I don't care if you skinned puppies and barbecued them. I will stick up for you if against rape in prison. Because that's not right. Give a motherfucker the electric chair. Don't let the faggots have him in prison. When you let faggots in prison butt fuck another inmate, you're making their life better. I want them to suffer too. Is veganism still the gateway drug to homosexuality? Raw Rod. Absolutely. Look what that Joaquin Phoenix did at the Academy Awards the other night. Talking about fucking baby cows being taken away from their mothers. At least those baby cows were allowed to be born. See, these liberal Hollywood elitists, they don't care about abortion. They're more worried about baby cows. Yeah. Baby cows. That's... baby cows. That's the number one thing on Joaquin Phoenix's mind right now, is baby cows being taken away from their mothers. But those baby cows are alive. See, what about human fetuses that were aborted and sent to a fucking landfill as medical waste? He didn't say anything about them. See, I happen to think that as humans, we may not be on the top of the food chain as far as toughness. Like a grizzly bear could whoop my ass, or a fucking tiger could fucking whoop my ass. But because I have a brain and a thumb, I can shoot a gun. See, a grizzly bear doesn't have a thumb. Opposing thumbs. That's why we went to the top of the food chain in evolution. If you got a paw, you can't hold tools. You have to have an opposing thumb to hold a tool. So any species with an opposing thumb can create tools. And that enabled us to climb the food chain over animals that could whip our ass, like the grizzly bear or the tiger. I look good in these glasses, actually. These are just dollar store readers. Barbecue sauce says a grizzly bear can't bench 500 pounds for reps. Yeah, but I think one swipe of his arm would knock your head right off your body. He might need to rest after that. But for like one rep, he's knocking your head right off your body. I pretty much think the grizzly bear is, well, some people say the polar bear, but I really respect the grizzly. Because I don't ever plan on going to anywhere where there's polar bear. Or tigers. Fuck, I don't want to see a tiger. Ugh. Lions are douchebags. Lions just lay around in the shade. The lions live in Africa. They're just lazy pieces of shit, like everybody else in Africa. Tigers live in Asia, where people in Asia are industrious. People get shit done in Asia, just like tigers. I would fight a fucking lion light years before I'd fight a tiger. Koth Adam doesn't have a thumb. Dude, Adam Harper. I've never met the man. Maybe you guys should reach out to him and let him know that he snubbed me when he had that meeting with the Misfits about coming out with supplements, when he came out with the Genova pre-workout. Yeah, Adam Harper didn't involve me. Jay Masters, I'm smart. I didn't bench press 500 being stupid, trust me. I'm not the world's most gifted person as far as athletics. I'm smart. Adam Harper had a meeting with the Misfits about supplements, and he didn't include Jay Masters. Order 66 fucking Adam Harper. And I think his wife fucking blocked me. Yeah. Bree Harper. What's she ever done in her life? CEO of Cum. But Bully, you are a wild card. I'm not exactly sure what that means, but I agree with you. I am like a wild card. Oh, people are nervous around you. Well, yeah, that's because I'm 50 years old and like over 310 pounds. I'm like a shorter, thicker version of Big Richard. That's a good description of me. A shorter, thicker version of Big Richard. Is Big Richard a boomer? What's funny is you guys make these boomer comments like they're some kind of insult. Lord Potato 66. Bree definitely pushes Adam around physically. No. She has financial domination over him. Look into the BDSM community. if you know anything about it. BDSM stands for bondage, domination, sadism, and masochism. There's a fetish in there called financial domination, and that's what Bree has over Adam. He's fucked. If Adam doesn't take Bree on all these fucking fancy vacations, she divorces him and gets child support and alimony. It's called financial domination. It's a fetish. And it makes the man weak, where he becomes the submissive partner in the relationship. Almost like the way Brad is right now with his new girlfriend, the Taco Queen. I think Brad gets off on financial domination, putting women in places of power where they can ruin him. Now, why would someone do that? I want to put a woman in a position where, if I wanted to, I could make her choose between me pissing in her mouth or homelessness. That's just me. I don't want a woman in charge of me. Oh, Ariana's biggest fan, 69420. Philip Rivers refuses to re-sign with San Diego. Thoughts, Big J. I love Philip Rivers. He's a Christian. He's married to his high school sweetheart. They got like 10 white kids. Hell of a man, family man, Christian man. I'm behind Philip Rivers 100%. Maybe Tom Brady wants to go there. Maybe that's why Philip Rivers isn't signing. Maybe Philip Rivers knows something we don't know. Maybe Brady is going to the Chargers. I've heard that rumor. Philip Rivers is the man. Philip Rivers is probably the greatest quarterback ever to not go deep into the playoffs. And my Detroit Lions quarterback, Matthew Stafford, is absolutely 100% the greatest quarterback ever to never win a playoff game. Can anyone come up with a better quarterback than Matthew Stafford, who's never won a playoff game? I dare you. No, but Philip Rivers, I'm not going to say anything bad about Philip Rivers. He's goddamn white. He's goddamn Christian. He's goddamn married. And he's got like 10 white kids. They probably all got crew cuts. They probably all look like Johnny Unitas. That motherfucker runs a nice, tight Christian household. Ariana's biggest fan, 69420, Dan Marino. Dan Marino's a cocksucker. I'll punch his face if I ever saw him in person. Fuck him. Dan Marino is such a cocksucker. Doesn't he have some kind of autistic kid like Genova? Or some kind of fucking flawed kid? Dan Marino, he won't, like if I had a foundation, like say Big J had a foundation, like, I was into being a foster grandparent, for example, and I had a golfing tournament every year to try and raise money, to raise awareness of white guys who lift weights to become a foster grandparent. And I wanted Dan Marino to come to my golfing event. Dan Marino wants to be paid for fucking everything. He's a fucking douche and a fucking cocksucker. Fuck you, Dan Marino, you cocksucker. Yeah. It doesn't work that way, Dan. You never even won a Super Bowl. Sorry you got a retarded kid. You're a piece of shit. You help out other people's causes. You don't demand to be paid. You fucking loser. Dan Marino should have won the Super Bowl. You fucking pieces of fuck. Larry Zonka has more Super Bowl rings than you. You fucking little curly-haired West Virginia or West Pennsylvania faggot. What do you suck dick like Lenny? Pittsburgh faggot. Yeah, don't bring up Dan Marino around me. He's a cocksucker. Big J, did you like Brett Favre? Fuck yeah. I like everything about Brett Favre. I'm actually looking